I love all the deep questions and feelings that Auntie Sarah brought up in her video. Her authenticity is one of the many things that has made me want to be her friend. Not to mention that she's super cool, fun to hang out with, and funny with her own unique spin. But I'm going to take a little different approach to sharing my story on how I became a part of CoffeeCraft and the life journey that led to that decision. Grab your hot cup of motivation and roll up your sleeves as we dive into the life of Auntie Christine. I've enjoyed many forms of creative expression over the years. The one that became the largest part of my life, especially through my childhood years, was dance. I started at 4 years old and found that it was something I enjoyed so much that it became a large part of my identity. I was a dancer, and all of my plans, dreams, and desires centered around that one idea. There were other things that I enjoyed doing as well, like that time I had a family friend help me learn sewing skills so I could create a Civil War reenactment ball gown when I was 12, or attending all-night scrapbooking parties with my mom and her friends because I thought paper crafts were awesome. But since dancing took up so much of my time and energy, I didn't have much bandwidth left to build other crafty skills consistently. Dance continued to be a large part of my life through college until disaster hit, aka an injury. Suddenly, this foundational part of who I thought I was crumbled. Multiple surgeries left me with a lack of mobility that was necessary to dance as I was and as I wanted to in the future. So I had to reevaluate. At that time, I didn't realize that being a dancer was such a big part of my identity, so it took a little while to sort things out. In the meantime, crafting continued to be a fun hobby that I did occasionally. Sometimes I had events or seasons that gave me the chance to put those skills to use, but it was always project-based, getting inspiration from Pinterest or trying to recreate things that I had seen or been inspired by. I tried a lot of different types of crafting that way and had so much fun sharing it once the project was done. I didn't necessarily enjoy the process of creating because I expected perfection and was always on a time crunch. Then, my good friend, who always seems to have fun new ideas, told me that she was starting a business. Knowing her personal struggles at the time made me that much more excited for what CoffeeCraft could be, not only for her as she was searching to find her fulfillment, but for a lot of other crafters as well. I resonated with her feelings of how ambiguous craft patterns and tutorials can be, especially because I was such a project-based person and didn't necessarily have the knowledge to be able to build on to understand all of the acronyms and assumptions they would make in these patterns. I was excited to support her and said yes when she asked me to build out her website. Little did I know that the message, values, and goals of CoffeeCraft would become so meaningful to me. So remember that question about my identity that I mentioned earlier? A lot of things changed over the years as I sought to find the answer to that question. The biggest change was when I became a mom. My personal experience led to me answering those questions through my faith, and that helped me to build a stronger foundation so that I could return to a place of peace and hope when the circumstances of life or the plans or dreams that I had around me crumbled. And by the way, I'm a big planner, so it's kind of a big deal when things don't go according to plan. Having that foundation also allowed me to build upon it as I gained more insight and wisdom as to what makes me uniquely who I am today. There are elements of my life that are very different from Auntie Sarah, but it's beautiful to see how CoffeeCraft's values of creativity, intention, community, growth, and gratitude remind us of what we have in common and can be appreciated by anyone, regardless of their background and beliefs. There have been many moments now where CoffeeCraft has inspired me to seek out unique opportunities in my life to showcase these values not only in my crafting, but also in my relationships. As for some other things about me, I am married to my favorite adventure buddy, and life is an adventure, is it not? I have 2 boys who are a source of immense joy, even when parenting challenges me, which is often. It highlights my need for growth while working to stay humble and grounded. I am blessed with family and friends who brighten my life in many ways. I have so much to be thankful for, and one of those things absolutely includes my role in making Auntie Sarah's dream come true. Today, I craft not only for what I'm able to give to others, but how it also positively benefits me to build those skills. I can finally enjoy the process of crafting just as much, or even more sometimes, than the completed product. Because of what Auntie Sarah has shared, I'm able to recognize that mistakes show that something was handmade. I can appreciate the process and gift of learning through crafty play, and I love how much more intentional my gift giving has become. It's been nice to share my story, and I'd love to hear more about your story and how crafting impacts you. Our crafty community is a pretty fun place to be, and all are welcome here. We'd love to have you join if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!